Welcome. In this video, I will show you how to name binary compounds. Binary compounds are compounds that are made up or are composed of two elements. So as we can see here, we have Na and O. So Na is sodium and O here is oxygen. So just two elements together to form a compound are called binary compounds. So the first thing, in order to name this, the first thing to do is to write out this name here. So Na and it's sodium. So I'm just going to write sodium out. Sodium. So I'm just going to write sodium, IUM. And the next thing to do is this oxygen here will change the name. We change the name from oxygen. We change it to oxide. So we would replace the gene with IVE. So here's what is going to happen. Oxygen, right, would become oxide. Oxygen will become oxide. The next thing is to solve for the oxidation state. And how do we solve for oxidation state? Now watch. This number right here, this 2 here, is called the number of atom. Now here, this oxygen doesn't have any number at the bottom here, but there's an invisible one existing here, meaning the oxygen has one atom down here, and this sodium also have 2 atoms of sodium. The number down here signifies the number of atom, while if there's any number at the front here, it's called the number of mole or molecule. So right here, there's also an invisible number here, 1. And so this compound Na2O is 1 molecule or 1 mole of Na2O, but you have 2. But in this, you have 2 atoms of sodium and you have just 1 atom of oxygen down here. Not indicated, but it does exist. So what will happen now is that we'll solve for its oxidation state. So I'm just going to bring this, screw this, and solve. So we're having Na2O. So we would first write out the number of atoms. So find the oxidation number of sodium, Na. The oxidation number of sodium. So it becomes 2. We'll write our number of atom, open bracket. The sodium, we'll replace it with X. And we'll say plus. Our oxygen has, the number of atom of our oxygen is just 1. So we'll write 1 here, open bracket. The oxidation state of oxygen is actually -2. -2, close bracket. Since this compound is actually a neutral compound, there's no charge, it's not carrying any charge, so we equate everything to 0. So it becomes equals 0. And next we'll open our brackets by multiplying 2 times X. We'll also do the same thing. 1 plus 1 times -2. So 2 times X is 2X plus 1 times -2 plus 1 times -2, you'd arrive at -2 equals 0. And next we'll try to isolate X by dividing all through by 2. And this will become, first we'll carry this 2 to the other side. Note we have -2 here. If this -2, if we cross this equal to sign to this other side, it becomes +2. So here is it. 2X equals +2. And lastly, we'll divide through by 2 in order for X to stand alone. And here's how we go about that, to say over 2 over 2. 2 cancels 2, x will stand alone now, and plus 2 divided by 2 would give us 1. And so the oxidation state of this is just 1. So this, the name of the compound, remember, do not forget we said we first write out, we got sodium and we change the oxygen to oxide. So it become sodium Roman figure 1, then we'll put oxide. The oxygen now, we won't say sodium oxygen, we'll say sodium 1 oxide. Sodium 1 oxide. Or you could better still just write it as sodium. You could just say this is sodium oxide. Sodium oxide. And the both of them is correct, whichever one you choose to go with. If you would like to name other binary compounds, click on the link in the description box. You win. Just believe.